welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. As you could see on my screen, we are going to talk about Foodie's eggplant casserole mukbang that she made yesterday. So if you haven't seen this, you're not really missing much, but I'm glad you're here with me, so let's watch.
Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm making eggplant casserole. So we're going to start with some 1/4-inch thick eggplants with a bit of sea salt and black pepper, and we're going to...
It's pretty funny because I'm just going to pick this apart from the start because why not? You could see that these eggplants right here are really thick. She sliced them super thick. This one's kind of thick, and then these are like thin, right? You can kind of tell they're thinner. So Chantal, these are going to cook a lot differently than these are. Okay, just off the bat, but whatever. And you can almost kind of see the pattern she used. She used with the pepper. It was like whoops, and then these got no love. In one of the rare cases, Chantal, you should have used some olive oil just to brush it on each side of the eggplant because it'll make it cook better. It'll crisp up better. It brings out the flavors. A little bit of fat does help the eggplant. And also, if you want to do like a lasagna or like a parm, this is fine slicing it in circles for a parm. But if you're trying to do a lasagna, it's really good to slice it long, right? Because they're almost like noodle sheets, kind of, you know? Just a little tip from one Italian to a Canadian.
I'm going to put them in a 375-degree oven, flipping them once midway for about 15 minutes or so. All right, so this is going to be a small...
See, they're not really cooked through properly. They're shriveled. They're burnt. And you could see the inside's not cooked. So again, she's going to cook them, you know, she's going to throw them back in the oven, but like a little bit of olive oil would have helped. It would have cooked evenly. All these pieces, like these pieces are kind of burnt. These are like undercooked. So just a heads up, Shani.
Casserole because it's just meat, but you want to layer it like a lasagna. So a few slices of eggplant followed by the meat sauce, then more eggplant, then more sauce. And I put some mozzarella cheese in between.
I know when I make a lasagna, I put it right on a cookie sheet. Just throw it right on the cookie sheet. I don't care about the structure. I don't care about if it's going to hold up in the oven. I don't care if it's going to look like shit. I just want a nice cookie sheet of lasagna. That's what I go for. Oh, this makes me sad.
With some parmesan as well. So yeah, it's just like a lasagna basically. And yes, I'm cooking this on a baking sheet because why not? I don't know. But yeah, this is what it's going to look like going into the...
Just a little bit of respect for the food. That's what you need. Just some respect for the food that you're preparing for yourself. Like put some love into it and it will love you back.
Oven. So I'm going to cook it on 350 for maybe 20-25 minutes. And here's what it looks like with the light off. Actually, I think the light was better, but I just wanted to see if it looked better.
So you're putting it in there for 25, 20 minutes, whatever. The eggplant is already pretty much cooked. The meat is cooked. So all you're like really doing is just like melting that cheese. Again, there's no structure to this. Like, don't just pile food, guys, on a cookie sheet and just throw things. That looks like you just don't give a crap. And if I was making, that's the thing, like if I was just like, I guess if she's just making this for herself, that's one thing, who cares? But like if you're going to make a video and put some effort into it and like make content out of it, just a little bit of effort, you know, just put it in a dish. I'm sure she's got a dish somewhere. I hope she's got a loaf pan at the very least, like one of those little glass dishes or like a 13x9 cake sheet pan, like anything, you know, just not on a cookie sheet, man.
Oh, but anyway, I'll show you what it's like when it comes out of the oven. All right, here it is, guys. Cheese is melted. The eggplant is softer. And I'm actually just going to cut this into 2 pieces. So I'll get 2 meals out of this. So I'm going to cut it in half, dish it up, and I'll see you for dinner.
If you guys think she's eating this twice, you're sadly mistaken. She's definitely going to eat both of these in one day. Probably in one sitting. But sure.
Well, hello, folks. Dinner time. Some water and my meal.
That eggplant looks disgusting. I'm sorry, but that just looks like, that looks terrible. See, no structural integrity. If you want to build like a lasagna, what is a lasagna about? It's the layers, right? Cutting into that lasagna, you could see every single layer. That's what a lasagna is about. This is just shit she threw on a baking sheet and just threw it in the oven, and you could tell.
The eggplant casserole with broccoli and some greens. So bismillah. I have no eye makeup on because I'll tell you what happened to my eye in a minute. Disaster, as per usual. Let's have some.
I have a theory about what's going on with her eye. It might not, well, one of the things. I think there's a couple things going on, but my theory is that she has got a sty in her eye. And if you've ever gotten a sty in your eye, they hurt, they pinch, they just make, when you blink, it's uncomfortable. You know, I had one like years ago. You get them a lot from like not washing your hands properly or like getting germs in your eyes, touching your eyes. And we all know that she loves to touch her face and her eyes, everything. She doesn't care. She'll touch anything. That's my theory. I'd love to know what you guys think.
Broccoli, lightly salted, no butter. Ready to bite? I love broccoli. Okay.
Are you sure?
So this is 2 meals for me. Salah doesn't like this, but I made him just some of the meat sauce with pasta.
Pasta. I'm going to teach her how to say pasta if it's the last thing I do. At the very least.
So here we go. Beauty bite.
That was a creepy, like, cut.
Beauty bite.
Wait.
So here we go. Beauty bite.
That was good, Chantal. You got me a little bit there.
Wow. Let me have another bite.
She doesn't like it. There's not enough cheese for her on this. There's just not enough cheese. She needed this with like pasta or something, like eating this with greens, like whatever this is. Looks like, yeah.
I love eggplant.
She's craving pasta. She needs the carbs.
The most overwhelming flavor is the sauce and the parmesan. I didn't put a lot of cheese. These greens are just...
Why don't you get like fresh parmesan? If you really love that shaky cheese so much, why don't you just go get the freshly grated, not the one that's in like the shelf stable container, you know?
I put some lemon juice.
If everything is so much like cheaper in Kuwait like she claims, why not just get it fresh?
This is roca. Very bitter and peppery. Which is
Something right there, girl.
adjectives commonly used to describe greens, I think.
Because it's arugula. Arugula is peppery. She doesn't even know what she's eating.
The eggplant is nice and soft. I guess if you like it more soft, the longer you cook it, you know. That's why I pre-cooked it.
The eggplant is so sad. Oh my god.
Yum. The roasted eggplant flavor is good because it makes it like a bit sweet. That's really delicious. I'm not even joking. I like this more than the church basin spaghetti.
I'll bet money on it that she does not.
Church basement eggplant casserole. When I tell you I love eggplant, it's an understatement. So I guess the key, which I should have...
Anyone that has to say they love something so much, so many times in such a short amount of time probably doesn't like it and is just trying to convince either themselves or other people that they really like it, right?
done a long time ago, is find vegetables you love and try to use them more, you know?
Chantal, you hate everything on this plate. It is so apparent by the lack of moans, eye rolling, and just, you know? But yeah, I mean, she is hitting us with the truths. Find vegetables you like and make them. Yeah. Thanks. She's learned a lot in her YouTube career. She really has.
And cooking. To stretch the ground beef, I just made it, like I didn't use the whole pack.
You know, it's funny because usually when people make like an eggplant, I'll call this a lasagna or like an eggplant parm, you don't usually put meat in it, right? Because eggplant is like, you're taking the place of the meat with the eggplant. I've never actually seen anyone put any kind of like meat sauce on an eggplant, like an eggplant lasagna. Yeah, I don't think I've ever have. And I've eaten a lot of Italian food all around the world. It is, yeah, I've never seen that.
It was a 500-gram pack. So what I did was I just like took half of it and minced it very fine.
Wasn't it already minced meat? How do you mince meat even more that's already minced? Is that a thing? People do that?
When I made the meat sauce, I just like gave Salah his portion and then used the rest for this casserole.
Casserole. She hates that broccoli.
But whoever suggested doing eggplant parm, thank you, because it gave me this idea.
You're welcome, but you did it wrong. That is not eggplant parm. That is some sad ass wilted eggplant that you let sit in the oven on a fucking cookie sheet, dude. A cookie sheet. You couldn't even put it in a pan? Again, the way, just no respect for food. The way you treat your food is the way you treat yourself, and that just is very apparent in your pre-recorded videos.
I remember who you are.
It was me.
Thank you.
She's gonna say it next. I should have sliced it long ways.
I have a lot of greens. I'm trying to really get them in. I bought a lot of them. I don't want them to go bad.
Why do you buy so much? Honest question.
And they're just really healthy.
Yeah, they're healthy, but you hate them, and you're not going to eat them if you don't like them, right? That is the whole point. You just keep buying all this fruit and this produce, and it just goes to waste. Like, why do you buy so much of it in such bulk? It's just you eating, right? Because he won't eat this food, so. Also, I don't know why she's got a knife. That eggplant, you could slice it with a butter knife or like a spoon. You don't need a knife for this, you know? Not that dagger she likes to use anyway. You've got it all over your face.
It's honestly just so good. And more nutritious, like, and lower in calories, because eggplant, an entire eggplant has even less calories than, you know, the pasta I would be eating this with.
She just pick a cat hair off that lettuce leaf thing. I think she did. Tell us more about nutrition. Chantal, I want to subscribe to you to learn about nutrition, how to eat healthy. for sure.
So vegetables are very low in calories. Well, potatoes are not really, but
Stop counting potatoes as a vegetable. That's her problem. She thinks because it's potatoes and technically it's a vegetable that it's like, it's okay because it's a vegetable. It's like, no, it's not. It's a vegetable, yes, but like it's still not okay. You've got type 2 diabetes, ma'am. Again, whatever. I just want her to take these greens and just roll them into a ball and just stick them in her mouth instead of just playing with them and just eating like grass like she's doing, because it's kind of triggering.
not bad.
You have meat sauce in the same spot.
Oh yeah, my eyeball. Actually, I don't know really like totally what happened to it, but
I have a theory.
Last night I was in bed and
Oh, that just dripped. Please wipe your face. Thank you.
I had an itchy eye, so I was itching it, and then I felt like a sharp pain, like something was scratching my eye.
I'm telling you, she's got a big sty in her eye, and you get that from touching your face if your hands aren't clean. And we know she's not clean, right? She is just, yeah. Some people's eyes are just super sensitive, and it happens. But I think that's definitely what she's got. She needs just some drops, and it'll go away in like a few days. They have sty drops. I don't know if they have them in Kuwait, but I'm sure they do.
That's what it feels like. It feels like there's something in my eye constantly, but I think I just like scratched it a bit up top with something. I don't know what. Maybe my nail. I don't know. I don't have long nails, but
please stop touching your eye.
Because I didn't have eye makeup on. Like I had washed my face to go to.
She's touching the lettuce. She's touching the plate. She knows there's cat hair and dander everywhere. I just don't understand why she just can't stop touching her goddamn eyes. That's why you have so many problems with red, watery eyes. I'm not talking about one eye being bigger than the other. That's a whole separate serious health issue. But her eyes are so... Listen, you could tell a lot about a person's health by their eyes. And look at her eyes in this shot. She looks like she is just done. She looks really sick.
Bed, and I took my eye makeup off.
Stop putting eye makeup on.
But ever since then, it's been hurting, especially if I move my eye a certain way.
I mean, she's got diabetes. She should be going to the eye doctor at least every year, or at least every couple years. I don't know when the last time she got her eyes checked, but she should definitely get her eyes checked. She might have freaking glaucoma. Like, you don't know what's going on, you know? Diabetes really screws with your eyeballs, for sure.
So I'm giving my eyes a break from eye makeup, especially until I feel better.
Yes.
But like,
you know, it also helps Chantal a nice warm tea bag on your eyelid for the eye that's bothering you. That will also help. It'll help the itching, the burning, or whatever you're feeling, the scratching feeling. It might even help drain it a little. Just saying.
I know what it feels like to have an injured eye because as a kid, it accidentally got burned with a curling iron. When my hair was getting curled, so.
That sucks. Sounds painful.
I had to wear an eye patch, but it feels similar to that kind of pain. That was bad. When my eye got burned, it was like under, like, it was in the white part, luckily. Not in the middle, you know, my iris or my pupil. Anyway, I had to wear an eye patch, but it felt like
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted to wear an eye patch, just to complete the look, you know, just to be like, hey, there's that bitch with the eye patch. I don't even need one. I just want one. I might do it.
it felt like a burning, and like there was always a big object right in your eye. It hurt so bad.
That sounds so awful. God.
You know, like your eyes are so sensitive. Yani, like Yani means like, you know. It's Arabic.
Teach us some like Arabic slang. I would love to know some Arabic slang. You know, instead of just like Duolingo, I want to hear the slang. What are the young hip Arabs over there in Kuwait talking about? Like, what are they saying to each other?
It was pretty easy to make too.
Sure, it was easy. You just threw it on a cookie sheet. Oh, God. Chantal, never change, dude. Just never change. Stay how you are forever, please. I need the stability in my life.
I don't even taste the mozzarella. Just the meat sauce and parm is okay.
Don't put parm on it. Oh, God. How does she not taste the mozzarella, but she tastes the shitty shaky cheese? Good Lord.
So I can have that maybe tomorrow with lunch.
Cool.
For lunch. I always do that. I go to drink and then cap is on. Yum. That was so good. Highly recommend. I will try to put the recipe.
You know, you can make like noodles, like zucchini noodles, or like, can you make eggplant noodles? Maybe it's too tough, possibly. But you could try if you really like are craving your spaghetti. Although I'm a kind of person that like doesn't like zoodles, like zucchini noodles with like tomato sauce. I'd rather have it with like something that's not tomato based. But yeah, you could try lots of stuff, Chantal.
Down below. As soon as I have it all written out, it will be there in the description, or I will pin a comment probably. That's what I like to do. Anyways, guys, I wonder what other vegetables you could do this with.
Squash,
you could probably do it with potatoes. You could probably do it with...
Don't do it with potatoes. My God. Get away from the potatoes and the fries and...
probably zucchini. You could probably do...
Yeah, you could do it with zucchini. You could do it with squash, eggplant.
With courgette. And aubergine is my favorite. I love it so much. You could probably layer eggplant and zucchini.
How much do you want to bet she's going to slice it like she sliced the eggplant up and down? Oh, God. Oh, no.
Or like slice it the long way? I don't know.
I told you that from the beginning. Why did you slice this eggplant the wrong way? If you're going to make like fried eggplant, that's fine. That you should slice it this way. But if it's like a lasagna, slice it the long way because it looks like pasta noodles. My goodness.
You could slice the eggplant the long way. I probably should have done that. There's so many things you can do.
Yes,
Anyways.
You could do whatever you want. Clearly, you can make it however you choose, but you know, mix it up a little, Chantal. I'm glad she made lasagna. Like, well, eggplant.
Guys, I'm enjoying making these dinners. I plan on cooking every single ingredient that I purchased.
Good.
So
you should
stay tuned. Let me know if you would like more of the cooking segment and less of the like mukbang or half and half.
I would like more of the cooking, please. I want to see how you sliced it. I want to be right in there with you. I want to feel like what's her name? Gia De La Renta. No, that's someone else. Thinking of Oscar De La Renta. I don't know. One of the cooks on the Food Network, whatever. Just, I want to see it. I want to see your process, your thought process behind what you're cooking. I want to see what you're putting in the dish, and I want to see how you're making it. And please, if you don't have bakeware, Chantal, and you really do want to like make an effort to cook more, whatever, but invest in some, like a little dish, a little casserole dish, a 13x9 cake pan, like a glass one, you know, anything. You'll thank us later. You don't have to make faux lasagna on a cookie sheet. Okay? You're better than that, damn it.
I could do, you know, I could set up maybe a camera somewhere and try to do as much of the cooking segment as possible. So let me know. And yeah, I really enjoy your feedback. I really appreciate you watching. And I'm wishing everyone watching this an amazing day. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
She wished us an amazing day. Thank you, Chantal. I hope your day is amazing also. So that was her eggplant concoction. What'd you guys think? Do you guys make eggplant parm? Do you make eggplant lasagna? I don't eat a ton of lasagna. It's too heavy. No one really likes it that much in my house, so I don't really ever cook it. But the whole point of lasagna is the layers. But anyway, I'm here for the next concoction she makes. Hopefully she puts another cooking video out today, you guys. I'm excited for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What's your favorite lasagna to make? Now I'm like kind of in the mood. I want to make a lasagna, but not like that. Not on a cookie sheet. Let me know in the comments. Please give me a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys the next time.